Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about building a membership site for your podcast. So there are different tools out there like Patreon, and there's probably 50 different companies out there. They all charge you a lot of money to use them, and that's nice for them, but it keeps you stuck on their platform. You have to follow their rules and you have to do it their way. And with the AI tools that are out there now, you don't have to do that. So it's actually very freeing if you're looking to do that for yourself. So today, that is our video. We're going to be building a little membership site and we're going to dive into it. So it's kind of like a build it with you video. I'm just going to show you what's possible and we're going to dive right in. So if that sounds good, smash the like button and let's get started. I'm trying to resize myself here. What you want is flexibility. And what you also want is you don't want to focus too much on stuff that's going to slow you down, because you can spend an eternity trying to make something perfect and get zero done. All right, so that is not the goal. The goal is to send your viewers, listeners, traffic over to a resource, and in that resource you can provide your value. What do I mean by actual providing value? Well, I just did a video where I show you how to make a giveaway for a cooking podcast, meal prep podcast, where you can make like different downloads and resources in that way. And it's actually very simple to do, but the end goal is to really help people out. Just like this video is hopefully helping you directly to open your mind about what's possible and how you can do it for yourself and all the good stuff. That's what you should be doing with your show if you want to turn it into a business and if you want it to grow successfully and, get that traction running in your direction. Helping people out is really the key goal here. So I've got Bolt.NEW. I've been using this for probably 5 or 6 months since it came out. And what it is a coding tool that allows you to prompt it and it will basically build it for you. Now, there are awesome tools out there. There's a bajillion different tools that do this stuff. It really doesn't matter what you use. I like Bolt. It's what I pay for. It's what I use. So I'll just show you with this. So when you're building a membership site for your show, what I would recommend is that you first of all have web hosting. So if you don't have web hosting, you should definitely check the link in the description, because that's going to walk you through how to get really cheap web hosting, and it's also unlimited. So you can have like 1 million sites on one account. You pay once and you can do whatever you want with it. So it's a service that I use. I love it. I've been using it for a while now. It's awesome. You also want to have a few things going on. You want to have a domain and a website for your podcast. So you might have that already, but you want to run this separately and you want to keep it siloed. And the reason why you want to do that is just in terms of pure tech, you just want things to be siloed into their own thing so that you can make changes down the road. If you want to move this around or you change hosts, or maybe you host your website with Podbean and they give you a website and then down the road you want to do something else, doing it this way is going to keep you independent, and that's kind of the goal here. So I have a podcast. We'll stick with the meal prep chef podcast. Okay, so I have a podcast about cooking. It's a cooking show where I share what are some ideas for a cooking podcast membership area. I want a compelling reason. I want compelling reasons for my audience to check it out. Okay, so it's just going to give me some raw ideas, and I know what it's going to come back with. It's going to be giveaways, courses, live streams, private access to stuff, right? So we've got members only bonus episodes, early access, ad-free listening. That's kind of cool. Downloadables and printable recipe cards, meal plans, substitution guides, step-by-step videos. You could do videos like on how to chop things and how to cook specific dishes and all that good stuff. And these are all compelling reasons that somebody might actually pay per month. Maybe it's $5, maybe it's $1, maybe it's $20, maybe it's $100. They can start opting into this stuff because you can provide them with real-time helpful stuff that's growing at all the time. Like, you're constantly going to be adding to this and making it useful so that people want to actually stay within your realm here. We could talk about like kitchen gear and reviews, cooking challenges, private community where you have like private Facebook group, private Discord, private forum. Also, you could put the forum directly into the site that we're about to build, and education stuff, giveaways, exclusive merch, all kinds of stuff like that. All right. So this is kind of cool, in my opinion. All right. So I have a podcast about cooking where I share. Now I'm just going to dump these ideas into the AI and I'm going to let it kind of flow and we're going to see what it comes up with. So smash that like button if you're enjoying this, because this is going to be cool. All right. Let's see what it says. I have a podcast. We'll just say here, I have a podcast about cooking where I send my listeners to buy a membership. Okay. Please create a membership site for me with Stripe access, with Stripe to control membership. Please include content sections. And then these are the actual content sections where we're going to do basically all this stuff. All right. Hit go and it's going to get to work. And what's fantastic about this tool is it will work on like everything. So it's going to want my API key for Stripe. I'm going to let that go for now because that's a whole other thing that I have to do. But basically that's like access to your Stripe account, which you can create a new account for if you're worried about it. It's actually very simple to do. And what's great about Bolt is it's going to go ahead and create all the necessary files that we need to get this running. Okay, so that took about 30 seconds and we've got Cookcast Pro. Not bad. You could put whatever name you want. You could put whatever logo you like. Let's see. Start a free trial, learn more. Okay. Hey, it did the website. That took about 2 minutes to do. Join now. Let's see what happens. Now, sometimes with a tool like Bolt, you do have to go through and you might have to hire like a developer or somebody to like look over your shoulder if you don't know what you're doing, because you can get a little bit lost in the weeds where you keep bumping into tech issues. So I'm not saying that this is like a one and done solution. It might take some work to get it rolling, but I just want to show you guys what's possible here. And actually, by leveraging this with ChatGPT, I've actually had some really good success making sites just like this, where I didn't have to hire anybody. I just kind of bumped into a wall until I figured it out. So make it so the buttons work and tell me where I can preview the members area. Okay, so we want it to actually make the members area, and I'll show you guys the behind the scenes page that this thing's going to come up with, because this is what your audience is going to look at. This is actually what matters, and it's going to pretty much make or break your ability to make money with a venture like this. If you wanted to host it within your web hosting, you can download the zip files and just install it on the web server. Or if you want to host it within their platform, they actually have a free tier. So you can deploy this to their free tier. It'll give you some weird username. I'm going to say attempt fix. It'll give you some weird URL to use, but you can either keep that URL and just use that indefinitely, or you can buy a domain. Domains cost like between $5 and $20 for a year. It's not too bad. And you could just connect a domain to this, and then you can direct access that. And actually, I've got a tool here. Let me just pull it up here. It's the podcast name generator. And this is something that I came up with. This was kind of like a test site that I came up with a while back. But basically, I use this tool and it ranks in Google, first of all. But also I can send people over here and they can generate names like my podcast is about cooking, meal prep, recipes, etc. And it'll go to work and it'll give me the ideas. So right here, boom, prep and plate, creativity. And then what's cool about it is you can actually like simmer and savor show. I can copy it and then I can like paste that in wherever I want. So like, oh, and then you can register the domain. It's pretty cool. All right, so we've got our fixes. Okay, so if we go to /members, we should be able to see the membership side of this site. And we're in. So pretend you just bought this. You paid $9 to get access. And now you've got the latest episodes, recipe library, community. If you think about it from the perspective of your viewers and your listeners and the people that the reason why they actually tune in and the reason why they might subscribe to this is because they need the help. They want the help. So if you can make this into a hub, a resource, something that they just keep open on their desktop, this might be something that they keep on their iPad in the kitchen open at all times and becomes extremely valuable if you can do that. Because now whenever they want to make something, they're going to want to browse your recipes. They're going to want to save your recipes within here. They might want to print the meal plans directly from the site. They could jump on Discord and start chatting with other people. They can ask questions in the forums. You got video tutorials on how to do specific things, upcoming events, and you could do like live calls where you're like, today we're going to make a turkey. And then you could have video tutorials on how to do the turkey, how not to make it dry, how to make it delicious, all kinds of good stuff like that. It's going to add the value to a product like this, and it's going to keep people engaged, and they're going to want to stay on with you and continue to pay that. And I just want to show you guys one other thing here. When you start compounding interest, what's great about it is that it starts to add up really quickly. So for instance, let's say you're charging even $9.99 per month, okay? And let's say that your podcast only gets about 100 downloads per month, okay? Or per episode, 100 downloads. And let's say you do one per week. So you're getting about 400 people a month to your site. Now, on a 1% conversion rate, which means out of 100 people, you get one person to sign up for this, where you show them it's valuable, it's useful, whatever, you could turn that $9 into 4 buys, and you're looking at $40 a month. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, but it might pay your internet bill. It might help you with groceries. It might help you with your Con Ed or your utility bills. It can help you in a very small way. But as you continue to grow your show and put out episodes, and you keep pushing this membership site and you keep improving it and making it better and better, what you're going to see is the compound interest rise dramatically with this. That's month 1. Now, month 2, let's say your viewership is the same and you're getting another 4 people to sign up. Well, now you've just 2x'd your income because you have month 1's people that signed up, and now you have month 2 people, okay? So now you're making $80 a month. Now you start growing it where all of a sudden you can start basically doubling every month where, okay, now you got 4, now you got 8 people, now you got 12 people that signed up, okay? So if you did the $9.99 times 12, you're looking at 120 per month. So you guys can hopefully see that within 3 months, you've already doubled your money, and it just grows exponentially from there. If you're doing it the right way, if you're showing people how to actually use the tool and you're providing good value. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed. There's nothing implied or guaranteed. Most people make $0 doing this kind of stuff. But I think if you focus on making a really good tool, you can start seeing this grow in a really easy way, and you can start making a lot of money very, very quickly. If you guys found that interesting, please let me know. Drop a comment down below, smash the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and go to podcastpontifications.com. I've got a free giveaway guide where I talk about monetization methods just like this. I even have a free video training included with it where I show you how to do the research, the data-driven research behind this stuff so you can find the traffic and you can actually make this stuff work. So it's completely free. Just go check it out, podcastpontifications.com. Check the links down below, and I'll see you in the next video.